What's going on, everyone? D. Anthony here with the Evolution Traders. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about today's price action, kind of exactly what happened with the CPI print. But one thing that I do want to bring to you guys' attention here, before we get started in today's setups and a technical analysis, is that the NQ has been making lower highs. Okay, so first high is going to be here, going back almost a week and a half ago, and then we had a little bit of a decline followed by the bounce, lower high, decline, bounce, lower high, decline. Do we get a bounce? So we could be looking at a dead cat bounce to kind of end the week. Now again, one thing that I do also want to point out here, you'll notice on each one of these declines we kind of set up a little bit of a bear flag, right? Decline, a little bit of a bear flag. Okay, so we're starting the same kind of motion here where we're setting up this bear flag. Could we be bouncing into some of this upper resistance? Now, the first major resistance that I'm going to be concerned about is going to be, you can see on the 1 hour time frame here, these three wicks from today into this 20-day moving average sitting at a price of around 18,220. Okay, so if we close on a 1 hour candle over 18,220, look for the confirmation, look for a following candle to confirm. From there, I would be trying to target a price of 18,348. Okay, that's going to be your 200-day moving average along with your linear regression channel. Now, I would need to see the bulls close over this linear regression channel here and then confirm before I start to get a little bit more long biased, thinking that this down move is over. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to always short. You can definitely take advantage of the dead cat bounce. However, if we do get rejected, make sure you're not going long into supply. So you don't want to go long here. You want us to close above and then confirm. You don't want to go long here. You want to close above and then confirm. That's when you're going to want to take those longs on those dead cat bounces. Now we've got a little bit of a double bottom here, which is also why I'm thinking that maybe we get a little bit of a potential back test here. We do have a very nice range that we're trading in here. You can see based on this 1 hour chart, it's providing opportunities to catch moves to the downside as well as to the upside here. You get these big extended moves and you almost get these V-shaped recoveries. So again, all in all, it looks like we could be kind of rounding out the week on a little bit of a dead cat bounce. However, I want you guys to keep an eye on these lows here, these prior swing lows. We're looking at prices of 18,114. If we start to confirm 18,114 to the downside, we definitely have room to the CPI low here, sitting at 18,053. Now let's kind of quickly get into the 5-minute time frame here. This day was absolutely bonkers from just the open. Right, an hour before the market opens, we had that CPI print. We sold off, and let's look at the exact range here, 309 points. So if I kind of scroll to the left here, you're going to see a lot of dead price action in the overnight leading up to the CPI print. That's expected. As soon as the number came out, market did not like it. We sold. Now, if you were looking to trade news, again, news is very, very volatile. I would definitely recommend to kind of stay away from the news. However, if you got that itch and you want to scratch it, make sure that you're going small size. The last thing you want to do is put on a ton of contracts and get wiped out of your position. But if you look at this chart, look at what we're doing in the pre-market, look at what we were doing in the overnight session. This candle is significant to me because you can see price was kind of trading above it, and then we tried to attempt to crack the 200-day moving average, and we kind of trickled up higher, and the first initial reaction was up, and then we had the major sell-off. Now, if you were looking to play the news, as soon as price takes out this pre-market low, you want to jump in and ride the train. The train definitely had room to the linear regression channel, the midline, as well as the bottom one. So these were two potential areas where you could have gotten short, again, on momentum on news. Now, the rest of the day kind of just set up this big intraday bear flag. We did have some opportunities. We had a 5-minute time frame double bottom here. I know some of the guys in my room caught this. We look for big extended pullbacks. You look for that first initial test. You look for the second sweep. If we do not confirm the lows and we start to bounce higher, you want to get in when we take out the swing high. That would be here, right? Again, I want to point this out because some people, maybe are a little bit slower of a learner and things, visual. So if I blow this up a little bit here, big extended move off of CPI, then you get this little bit of continuation. Once we stop and we put in a low, mark that low out. Once you get your dead cat bounce into a level of supply, what would be the level of supply? The linear regression, okay? I'm using the linear regression channel 50 on Thinkorswim platform. But once we bounce into this linear regression, we start to fade and sell off, creating this little bit of a double bottom. Now, once you understand that there was no follow through, putting in a new low of day, you have to trust technical analysis, put a hard stop loss here. And when green takes out red, you go long using the prior 5-minute candle as your stop. You sit in this until we get close to the next supply zone. So on my chart, that's this purple line, which is the 20 SMA. Get in here, set your stop loss here, and just sit, right? Just sit. Now, again, do all trades work out this way? Of course not. So what happens when you set your stop loss here, you get in here, you're feeling good about this move, you're in the positive, and then it gets rejected and starts to come back down. You have to, have to take your money when you break down. Your stop loss on these mean reversion trades, on these bounce plays, on this, flush is going to always be a prior 5-minute candle low. Makes sense? So if we break and close below that prior 5-minute candle low, we have to take the L. Now, again, other than this initial bounce play here that kind of set up, we had a couple of plays with some very large range that kind of peekabooed, said hello, pulled back. Again, no real stop loss, but it did trickle around for a long time, putting in a little bit of a false breakout and then pulling back once more. Now, depending on the style of trader that you are, you have to understand that this was a 78-point range. So even playing one micro, giving yourself 80 points worth of risk is going to be around $160 loss. Essentially, you're trying to target something close to a 1-to-1. In this particular scenario, you did not get it, right? The high price is 18,199. We come up all the way to highs of 18,234. So we're looking at about a 34-point move, 35-point move. And again, it all depends on the type of trader you are. I'm the type of trader where, yes, it's intriguing for me to tell myself that I'm going to get 70, 80 points on a move. But as soon as I get in and it pulls back and it starts putting me in drawdown and it chops around, as soon as I get green that second time, I always tell myself the market just gave me a second opportunity to get out, either at break even, a small loss, or positive. I never hold and anticipate thinking we're just going to automatically shoot up and I'm going to gain 80 points. Realistically, when you see these type of setups, you want them to go right away. Okay. We don't want to see 30, 45 minutes of consolidation. The longer you go into consolidation without confirming and without breaking out, the higher the probability that the trade is going to break down and stall, or break down and do nothing and go against you. So again, if you did take a trade that looked like this, had this type of setup where you have that extended down move, you're looking at the dead cat bounce and you're thinking, well, maybe we do confirm and we continue to ride back up into higher prices, and it gives you that little bit of a peekaboo here and then gives you the next 30 minutes of nothing. You have to, 100%, regardless if this goes up 1,000 points, you have to get in the habit of taking your small profits and accepting that the market did not do what you wanted this to do in the orderly fashion. Other than that, you got a couple of small 20 SMA plays, losing the 20 period moving average here, give you a little bit of cash flow. One thing that I've been doing is, in this market, we've been getting a lot of moves in the pre-market and overnight. And then once the New York session opens, it's a lot of stagnant sideways price action. Okay. What I've been doing is identifying the setups like this bounce play and just taking the first pop, getting in on this long, sitting through this, biting my teeth. And when I get a little bit of green, selling, getting in on a play that looks like this. As soon as it goes green, sell. As soon as it goes green, sell. Now, again, are you making a lot of money? No. If you look at the low on this price, 18,151, next candle comes down to 18,135. So you got about 15 points worth of room here. But again, if you're a scalper and you're playing a few contracts at a time, you can definitely take off 50 here, 100 there, 200 here on these type of plays. Get in, get green, get out. I hope this kind of analysis helps somebody out there. If it does, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is D. Anthony with evolutiontraders.com. If you guys want to get in touch with me or trade with myself and the team, those links are down in the description box below. Also, if you guys are looking for some fantastic prop firms, maybe you guys need some more evaluation accounts, definitely look into Apex if you're more of a scalper. If you're more of a intraday trader where you're going to hold trades for extended period of time, maybe go with Top Step. Those links are both down in the description box below, and I'll see all of you guys on the next video.